that I'm gonna kind of fab in between. Actually, the first day that I ever drove this truck. Halfway decent. There. When I get the welder, I'll be able to pat not have to do a bunch of measuring. I'm gonna blow through. I know I have to move some of these a little bit. Gotta go with the approach. Going to fix this up all nice. Put maybe one on each corner. Then I bought zip right in where I need to and go on about my business. So it's starting to look like a nice bed. What I'm going to do now, I've got these two pieces that stay around it. And that's it. I mean, I'm in, work my way back. Turn myself around. And then I got some old gas jugs that my buddy gave me. Good afternoon from Robertson's DIY Homestead. It's a hot one out here this Sunday. But just got back from vacation from the mountains. Went to Bryson City for the weekend. Had fun, rode the train, done a little bit of stuff in Cherokee, and now come home. I'm supposed to mow, but it is way too hot to mow at the moment. So I'll show you what we're going to try to work on here on the truck. So I'm going to try to spice up this wood floor a little bit, make it look a little better. I've got some Minwax I want to put on it, and I'm trying to decide if I want to replace some of this wood or not, because this wood's been in there for about 12 or so years. It's got good patina, but some of it's just not looking too good. I'll get into that here in just a few minutes and see. I'm going to make some modifications to it. I've got some aluminum that I'm going to kind of fab in between each board. It's not going to go over top of it, kind of like with a carriage bolt, like traditional, but it'll kind of give it a look. I might have to piece a couple pieces together because some of it is not quite, well, all of it's not as long as the bed, but it's only, I don't know, 6-8 inches off. So if I put the excess up there, nobody's really going to know the difference. And I've got a toolbox I'm going to put in the middle, and then I got a couple old gas cans I'm going to screw down to kind of give it a good look. But I'm going to start by kind of taking a couple of these loose. They haven't been loose in like 12 years. And seeing, how thick, if it's going to fit tight or if it's going to be loose or whatever. If not, this aluminum fits perfect on the new boards. Really don't want to use new boards, but I like to have a tight fit instead of it rattling around. So I'm going to get y'all set up. We'll check it out. And if not, we're going to replace this and go from there. All right, I'm backed up underneath my fire pit shed here. I'm going to try to get you out of the sun as much as possible so you can see. So I'm going to start with a small piece. And I'm just going to take one of these loose and just see how it does. I got new screws if need to. Like I said, I put this bed in probably 12, 13 years ago. Well, I'd say at least 12. The metal floor, when I looked at it that long ago, was not that bad. But we just wanted a wood look, my buddy and I, so we drove it to Home Depot. Went and got the boards, come back and built it in an afternoon. It was actually the first day that I ever drove this truck. So right now I'm just going to see how it fits up in there. Not terrible, but it'll be a tight fit. And I think that'll look good once you get all the way up to the top there. The bad thing is you got to take take all these boards loose, which is not a big deal. It's just hot as hell out here today. And then what I'm probably going to try to do is cap it on the end like that. And run the others up in through there. And like I said, I'll piece it together up there at the very top. And then I got a toolbox here that I want to use, maybe. If not, I think I'm going to go find another one. Alright, so right now I'm going to take several of these boards loose and just see how this kind of fits together. And I have plenty of metal. My buddy hooked me up. Like I said, I just might have to piece some of them together. I'm going to take some of these loose and see how it goes from there. I'm not beyond putting a brand new floor in it. I think it would look good. It's just kind of hard to beat the patina. But I say, I mean, to not ever put anything on it, it's lasted pretty good for 12 years. But the problem is, though, it's a little bowed. So I may go with the new wood just because, I mean, we got inconsistencies. I mean, I know it's a retro mod or rat rod, but I still want it to look halfway decent. You know, and back then I didn't have the tools I have now, so make it a little bit easier. Let me get up in here. This bed's hot as hell. It's 90 some degrees out here today. Plus, I just ordered a new welder, and we'll be able to start working on the body panels. I had to fix a few rust spots after that. So I'm going to take these screws out. I know you don't want to sit here for 10 minutes to watch me take screws out, and I'll bring you right back. So I've got 3 layers of boards off, 4 layers, sorry, yeah, 4 layers. It's just nasty underneath there where it's not been blowed out. And the old bed's still in pretty good shape. The only rust in the whole thing, I think, is up at the very front. Well, I mean, I can zoom in, you can see it probably. Right in there. When I get the welder, I'll be able to patch that in. It's not worth replacing the whole floor when I can just put a piece of metal over that and be done with it. So we're going to continue on with this. And I might have to replace a couple of them 2x2s there, but not a big deal. But let me continue to take this out, and we'll move right along and we'll blow this bed out. Alright, so I got the floor all out. I mean, it's still, floor's in good shape. Just needs to be blowed out. Like I said, except for right up there. Maybe a 4 to 5 inch piece here and there all the way across. But I could fix that. And these pieces right here that go around the wheel wells, I kind of saved them so I could trace them out and not have to do a bunch of measuring. I'm gonna go get the leaf blower, blow this out, and then we'll kind of get putting the new floor in and seeing if we can figure out where and how to cut this aluminum. Probably just get the grinder out and cut what I need. But we're going to get it laid out and get everything flush on this end and go from there. I'm going to go get the leaf blower and we'll get her blowed out. All right, so we're going to use the 80 volt Greenworks Pro blower. We're going to blow this joker out so we can get to work. It's got 3 different settings. Of course, we're going to use the high setting, get this crap out of the way. Alright, that's not too bad, not too bad. So now we'll kind of get us a couple boards and start laying them in place and see what we need to do with them. Get this back over. I'm actually going to turn it that way a little bit. Get this flush as I can. Then we're going to this one back in here. Alright. I tried to do it, I think, every foot and a half when I built it the first time. So make sure that's. And when I put these new aluminum pieces on there, it should help keep it from warping and bowing. I mean, you can see this thing is cupped. I was gonna flip them over a little bit, but some of that has already went to the back. I really didn't want to mess that up. Let me get some of this out of the way here. Alright, let me grab a piece, kind of measure and see what we're doing. So initially, when we built it with fence post panels, and they were a little bit thinner than this, but that's what we could afford at the time, and that's what we went with. So I'm gonna stack these up through here and kind of go through and see where the main pieces need to go, mark a straight line, and get them cut. I have to move some of these a little bit. I'll see how many I can get in there first. I know I like that patinaed look, but this is already looking better. I'm gonna move y'all back out of the way just a little bit before I hit you with the board. trying to get it spaced where I want it. These will be here. This one here. That way I can get one even one down the middle here. Let's see what I got. We're looking somewhere around 2 3/4 to that middle piece. 2 3/4 to 3 inches. So let's get some of our aluminum out here in just a minute. Kind of test fit it, see what it looks like. Like I said, I'll have to piece it together at the top, which I'm not worried about. So this fits almost perfectly on there, so we kind of have to hammer it on. And this board will fit kind of close to it. So you're not going to have that. There's not going to be any need for that bolt to go through it, but that's what it's going to look like. Once I stain this and get everything where it needs to go, it's going to look really good. So let me go in here, measure, cut all this off, and I'll bring it right back. All right, so we're going to use our 36 volt Makita, and I'm going to cut all these at 79 inches. And get our speed square here. We'll cut the first one and lay the rest of them on top. Alright, there's one. Put your safety glasses on. Get stuff out the way. I'm actually gonna move y'all because I cannot cut that way. I am not left-handed. So let's move you on this side where I can see what I'm doing. Now, that's more better. Don't do that at home. Let me get my sawbucks. Sawbucks are much easier. Alright. Just going to use the tailgate instead. Now we're not going to get rid of these cutoffs, because I'm sure there's going to be something else we need them for in the end. So here's our first 79. Get it out of the way. Alright, let's do another one. This is what happens when you can't find your good tape measure. You got to go with the broke Harbor Freight one. But as long as it works, you don't throw it away. Let me adjust this real quick. This one out of the way. All right, so I have about 7 more to cut. I'm sure you don't want to watch me cut all of them. I'll bring you right back when they're all cut. All right, so now I'm going to fit some of this aluminum on this board, just so I can get everything cut the way it needs to be. Get it down there a little bit. Rubber mallet works good. Alright. Like I said, we're about 4 inches short down there, but I got plenty of small pieces. And the time I get what I need done down there, you'll not know the difference. So I'm going to cap this end. Let me get a small piece, kind of get this how I want it. It only needs to go but so far, just enough for me to get a cap on it. I can measure all of them and get where I need it. Perfect, right there. So that's not too bad. Then, once I get all this where it goes, I'll measure down there and see where that one goes. So let me get another one. This one's going up against there, so it'll get one on each side. As long as I have enough. Now we'll put this one on. This will actually help it keep it from bowing as well. Not every board's going to get one of these. But once you look at it in the truck, it's going to look like every board has one. Move you over here where you can see a little better, so I can grab it. On the end to get where I need to be. Good. So the next one won't get one on this side, but it'll get one on the opposing side. Down here where you can see a little better. This one's going to get one on this side. I've also got some better wood screws to go on it as well. Alright. So what you're going to see when you get it all together, once you get it straight, something kind of, kind of like that. I know what it's supposed to look like. I've had the bed rails before when I had my 51 Chevy, but this is DIY resto mod rat rod, and you go with what you got. And my dad gave me the wood, my buddy gave me the metal, so you make it out of what you got. And I think it's going to look equally as good, especially when I stain it. So therefore, we go to the next one. And put it on it as well. I think it's really going to look good when I put the toolboxes and everything up front. It's supposed to go in it. And if I have to, I can put a self-tapper on the back, because you're not going to see it, just to hold it in place. That's what I might actually do. Just continue this on down the line until we get them all done. Then we'll worry about the little pieces on the side. Pretty easy so far. Just putting them on, getting them in place is going to be the tricky part. Kind of how to keep them in place. So like I said, I'll probably go find some self-tappers. If I can't find any, I'll go buy some. Like this one's got a knot at the end. It's going to cover it up, so that'd be good. And then this one, we'll get one on each side. Actually, no, it'll just get one, because this one, we started off with that one, so we'll be right. Lay these in place. That way we can see how big I gotta cut that middle one. Need one. If I space it right, I may not need one. I kind of want it as tight as I can get it. I want these to lay flat. So, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to need one in the middle. I'll fix all this where it's missing metal here on the end. But it don't look bad. Not at all. So, I gotta do some measuring, because of course the fender wells are beat up in some spots. But let me see what I got on each side here. That's 8 1/4. Alright. And that is 9 1/2. So we need to move some stuff around a little bit. There's 8 1/4. I'm going to definitely need just a little strip. Not much. Let's see. Still 8 1/4. So let me cut one. About only going to be 1 inch. So I'm going to cut one at 1 inch on the table saw, and I'll bring it right back. Alright. I cut one just a hair under 1 inch. So I'm going to I'll take this one and put another one on this side. Get it up in there best I can. Be a pain in the ass up here on this end. Get on there. Get it slid in there. Alright. I'm gonna take this one inch guy. Slide it all the way up there in between all this. Top, get her slid in there. Now, I got that in there. Kind of see where we're going with it. Then I got a 1.5 pieces to make here. There, I mean all 4 corners. So I'll measure those out here in just a minute. Get those going in. But I got a little bit of, like I said, tinkering to do with the with the metal ends. Get everything screwed in with the actual decking screws. The screws I took out, they lasted pretty good. I'd say probably, I don't know, 3/4 of them were really good. The other 1/4 kind of rusted out when I took them out. But I mean, like I said, for some junk that we threw together, it's lasted a long time. So I'm gonna have to take a break, go mow a few yards yet, and then when I get back later this evening, if I don't drink too much alcohol, because it's hot, I'll get on it. If not, I'll start back on it in the morning. My plans tomorrow, I took the day off, do a few things around the house, and go fishing. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. And for you, it'll be a couple seconds. For me, it'll probably be several hours. and then we'll get to working on this again. See you soon. Hey guys, just quick short to show you what I got working on, what a video coming up. That's the old floor I took out, and this is what I'm working on. It's going to look great. It's going to take a little bit of time. Going to fix this up all nice. Going to be a nice little sheen to it. I may or may not do anything else to it. I'm not sure yet, but it's going to have some aluminum strips, some stain. It's going to look brand new. Stay tuned. Video coming soon. Please like, share, and subscribe. Have a good day. Good afternoon from Robertson's DIY Homestead. It's another hot one here in North Carolina. But we're back on the truck bed build here. I went ahead and cut out a few more pieces I'm working on. So I've got that one in. Getting ready to cut this one, get it fit in. And then we got to do all four corners. I'm going to get the shop back out here, vacuum the rest of this dirt up. And then I'm going to try to get everything secured, get all the metal cut to length, and get this thing put in. I'm going to put another 2x2 all the way across there, because I normally would screw down to this one, but I'm going to put one right on the other side of it so I can screw down. That way the metal stays secure all the way across. And then I bought some stuff to redo the black inside. I went to Rural King. It's kind of like a Harbor Freight. Bought a toolbox, and like I said before, I've got the gas cans over there. I'm gonna try to put maybe one on each corner. Then I bought some black paint to redo the rims. That's on the go-to list eventually when I get some money, is to buy new rims. And this truck bed should be about complete. Now, the tailgate is in rough shape. Bought a new welder yesterday online. It should be here in a couple days. It's not going to look perfect, but I would rather keep the original tailgate. So I'm going to do some finagling, some hammering, buy some sheet metal, and I'm going to attempt to fix this the best I can. Like I said, if I was going for a show truck, I would buy a new tailgate. They make them. They're like $500-600. There's a guy up the road that's got one in really good shape for $400. But I want it to stay with the truck. A couple hours worth of work. It's not going to look perfect, but it's going to look a lot better than what it does now. So I'm going to jump off here, cut a few more pieces of wood and metal, and I'll get you right back. One more thing before I cut a whole lot of these boards for the corner out. I'm going to show you what I'm using for the precision cuts, like for around the sides and stuff. So like right around these corners that I need, I'm actually using this little 4.5 inch skill saw here from Bauer. It's really small, and then I don't have to hold that big bulky thing over there. But don't get me wrong, I love my Makita saw, but this thing right here, I'm just zip right in where I need to and go on about my business. So I'm gonna jump off here, and I would film this whole thing, but it's so hot out here. I'm trying to keep my phone in the shade as much as possible. I don't want it to overheat and miss out on all of this. So I'll bring you back soon. Again, if you've made it this far, please like, share, and subscribe. Help me out a little bit. Give me some ideas of what you'd like to see done to the truck. Like I said, I wanted to keep the original floor in here, but it was starting to bow. It's been in here about 12 years, so it's time to upgrade it. And I think this is going to look good when I'm done. But I'll bring you back here in just a little bit. Alright, so not to bore you to death with me cutting a few pieces of wood here and there and cutting the metal, I'm going to show you what we got. We got the back half almost done. I got to slide the metal from the front down a little bit so I can cut the excess. Like I said, I'm only going to need like 3 or 4 inches up top to finish out what we got. I decided to use the shorter pieces up there, because you're not really going to look towards the end to look. I wanted the full pieces to be back here, where you're going to look in the back of the truck more. And like I said, up front, I'm going to put a toolbox and some gas cans, kind of cover up the small pieces there. But I'm going to flip you around and show you so far what we got. So we got all the metal pieces in this way. Like I said, I just got some of these I've got to slide down just a hair, and that's fine. I got this piece on here to cap it. Put a new 2x piece underneath right there. But that's let me zoom out here. That's what it's starting to look like. So it's starting to look like a nice bed. Probably got another, I don't know, I'd say another hour or two working on it. I mean, it's time consuming, but even though I'm not using new material besides the wood, well, let me take that back. The aluminum is brand new. It was used on a job. This is just what the end cuts that he didn't need. So everything is basically brand new. It's just taking pieces that are not meant to be a truck bed and making a truck bed. And I know the right way to do it is to purchase the kit, but in my opinion, this is starting to look really well. And for a resto mod, it's looking pretty good. I mean, it's not perfect, but it looks pretty damn good. And then when I put the stain on it, it's really going to look good. So I'm going to cut these pieces up here. I got 4 more pieces of wood to cut out, and then cut out all those pieces up there, and then start staining and screwing it down, and everything's going to be done. So like I said, about another 2.5 hours I should be done, and I think it's well worth the time I'm putting into it. I'll bring you back here in just a little bit. So I've done a lot of work off camera. I know watching people can be fun sometimes, and then sometimes it's like, damn, I wish they would hurry up. But I'm just going to show you how I'm kind of cutting this aluminum here. I'm using the Bauer brushless grinder here, cut off with a cutoff wheel. So I took my speed square, marked all the way around where I needed, and then let's go at it. Alright, well there you go. I needed these two 11-inch pieces for the corners up there. And make sure you wear your glasses, because that's the last thing you need is wood or metal in your eyes. I was mowing last week and got some grass in my eyes, and it irritated the piss out of my eyes. I normally wear glasses when I mow, but I didn't that day, and I regret it a lot. And you have to be very careful on a day like today that's damn near 100 degrees, because this metal gets hot. So what I've been doing in order to touch it, to put it on the wood, is I've been soaking it in some water to cool it off, give me enough time to attach it. So what I'm going to do now, I've got these two pieces up here cut. They go in that corner. I'm going to put the metal on the back side towards the wheel well, put them in, and then I'm going to cut these over here, knock all the metal down that needs to be knocked down, and then where all the gas cans and toolbox is going to go, I'm going to put an extra piece of wood across it so I can screw down to the top of it and not really tear my bed up. But I'm also going to excuse me, I'm also going to put a coat on there. I'll show you. Hold on, let me get it out for you. It's fast drying polyurethane, and it's a warm gloss. So this bed should pop when I get this done. So, I mean, I'm still a good little ways away from putting this on because I got to put the rest of the wood on and everything like that. But I'm going to put these pieces of wood in, and right before I start putting this gloss on, I'll bring you back and we'll kind of show you how I put it on. There's really no right way or wrong way, and I'm sure there's some people out there that's going to tell me otherwise, but it's your truck, your car. Do what you want to do. Especially on something old like this. Again, if it was going to be a show truck, I would put all brand new, what's supposed to be in there. But what do people gravitate to a lot of the times at a car show? It's trucks and cars that you built yourself like this. Because the everyday American man and woman can have fun doing this. The sky's the limit when you're doing a truck like this or a car. My next thing I hope to do is a wagon. I've been wanting to do a wagon, and this is a 66 Ford. I would like to have a 65, 66 C10 as well. Had one when I was in my 20s, and like a dummy I sold it, but now that I'm older I really wish I'd have kept it. But I also want to do a wagon. Not really sure on what. I like the Bel Air wagons. They're really nice to me. I like the old Impala wagons. Kind of leaning towards that. But I also like the old Volkswagen wagons too, the little short ones. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I'm going to continue working on this bed. I'll bring you back here in just a little bit. Alright, had to take a break working on the truck. I looked over at my pond, and all I have in there is fish. I got goldfish, bluegill, and catfish in there, and I see this little fella trying to get out. And there's no place over there for him to get out. So I had to stop what I was doing and go get him out, because these little fellas usually don't stay in a pond or nothing like that. They stay around it. These are the ones you see on the side of the road and everything. It's got the pretty markings on the back. So, yeah. Little fella. Got him all saved up. Now I'm going to go let him loose near the pond. That way he can keep on shucking. Look, buddy, you're on TV. Look. Yeah. Alright. I'll be back in a few minutes on the truck. I'm going to go let him loose. Alright, folks. All the wood is in. All the trim pieces are in. Now I just got to stain. I'm going to put a small trim piece across the back right here. Maybe 2 inches wide, just to cover that up when the tailgate's shut. And that's it. I mean, I may cut a small piece to go in between the fender wells. There is a decent little gap there, but it's not bad. But it's hot, so what I'm going to do now is go get me a cold beer, cold snack for you young fellas, and come out here, blow this off, clean it up, and start staining. It's getting there. Alright, I'm going to hop in the truck here. I got a 3-inch flat brush and my Minwax. I'm going to go with probably 2 or so coats. It's hot outside, so it's going to dry relatively quick. But I'm going to start on the other end, work my way back. I have a garage, but it's full of junk, and days like today tells me that I need to clean it out, because this sucks. This is really not going to give a whole lot. Sorry, my phone rang. What I'm doing is not going to give it a whole lot of, I guess you'd call it deep stain. It's just going to bring out the grain that's already in it. I got to get me some GoPros because every time my phone rings, it stops recording. This is just going to enrich what I already have on here. And protect it. Like I said, we didn't put anything on that last one, and it was still good in most spots, but you know, this will keep it longer than 12 years for sure. Maybe put this on once a year. I thought about burning it before I did this, but I kind of talked myself out of it. It goes on relatively easy. Just brush it right on. Like I said, it's probably over 100 degrees out here today, heat index. So it's going to dry really quick. Already looking better, just giving it that shine. We'll see what one coat does, kind of go from there. My sweat is mixing in with it, so luckily I haven't bled yet, so but you can see sweat and tears. And it's clear, so it's not going to hurt this aluminum. That's why I didn't tape it up. Looking really good. I'll work my way back here in a minute because I had to work myself into a corner. Turn myself around. I can get out of here. If I moon you, I'm sorry. I didn't put a belt on today. Little piece in the middle. It's really not that hard a job. But like I said, it's heat index is over 100 here, so it's taking its toll. They don't make so many Gatorades, I tell you. I have a sprayer that I can spray this with, but I chose not to. I chose to just put it on this way. I would prefer to be on my hands and knees doing this, but this truck bed is so dang hot. There's no way that's going to happen. Excuse me. I'm expecting some chlorine from my pool, but here it's about dead out. That's probably the thing I'm getting ready to do. I'm gonna jump in the pool while this dries. All right, coat number 1. I don't know if you can tell from the camera, but it looks pretty good. Shines really well. So we're gonna let this dry, and I may stay with 1 coat for now and then go back later, but I'll let you know. Be back in a few. All right, folks. The truck bed is, I'd say, 95% complete. I got 1 coat on there. I'm gonna let that ride for a while. I got my toolbox that I bought today. It's screwed in. I'm gonna kind of leave it back here. I'm gonna patina it. That way it matches everything else. But it's screwed in at the moment, so all the stuff that I use to work on this, like, you know, a couple ratchet, wrenches, whatever. Might buy a cheap drill. I'm gonna leave in that. That way if I break down or decide to tweak something on the road, I got that. And then I got some old gas jugs that my buddy gave me. I'm gonna put that in there as well. But I think it turned out well. Like I said, the wood was given to me. The strips were given to me. The only thing I got into it is time, labor, and some screws. I mean, honestly, I like it. My buddy likes it. It's well worth the probably 5-6 hours I put into it. But it's hot as hell out here. I haven't ate since breakfast, and I'm starting to get the shakes, so I better go get something to eat, something cold to drink. Y'all have a good day, and please like, share, and subscribe. Have a wonderful day.